Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block, on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Good afternoon, everybody. It looks like we are live at 5. You know, thank goodness CoinDance is back up and running. I don't know what I'd do. Without it. Well, obviously I'd carry on, but you know, it's kind of like an integral part of my day, looking at the statistics. So we'll keep an eye on that. But on that, I'll just have a quick look at the prices before that leads me on to my next topic of conversation. So this one was by Cointelegraph. It said Fat F hits at Binance as example of exchange avoiding regulation. So yeah, let's have a quick look at this. Yeah, this one. Here we go. And it was Sherry here who quoted underneath this. The title of the article was a Japanese crypto exchange accuses Binance of helping launder $9 million from 2018 hack. And check this out. I mean, this is absolutely huge. This is absolutely massive. So this was Clank, the biggest blockchain transactions. So let's just have a quick look at this. I mean, look at this. 14 minutes ago, 21,925 BTC. I mean, this is the amount that Tether just recently printed. So that's 233 million USD moved from multiple addresses to unknown wallet. So, you know, this is going from multiple addresses to unknown wallet. So I'm assuming that's a single wallet. You know, so is this a wallet on a particular exchange that we think, you know, might be used? Is this, you know, are these large sums of BTC being moved? Are they being moved by BTC.com, Poolin, F2 Pool, you know, for something that's building up? That's what is crossing my mind. I mean, these are staggering amounts. Look, 44 minutes ago, another one. This time it's 21,923. Moved from multiple addresses to unknown wallet. So again, I think they're like single wallets. And again, 49 minutes ago, look at that. I mean, absolutely staggering amounts. Staggering amounts. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. That these exchange, yeah, I mean, it is going to be spectacular. Spectacular. I mean, my God. I mean, you know, this is $346 billion worth. Well, obviously minus the market cap of Bitcoin, which is $3 billion. So, yeah, $343 billion worth of just utter scams. Utter scams. And the likes of Peter McCormack and co., they just simply don't believe. They just simply don't believe it. They just simply don't believe that this can happen. But like I said, Bitcoin cost was like fractions of a penny. You could have hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin back in the day for $1,000. So this is again, this is what made me come to the conclusion that it is a single large entity that is manipulating the market with all these dips, because Bitcoin is it's not correlated to anything. It can't be correlated to anything. Because if it was attached to something or, somehow, again, the markets could be manipulated. The only way it can be manipulated like this is by large players pumping and dumping the shit out of it. That is it. So there is no way you can tell what the market, in quotes there, is going to do unless you are in with these people. Unless you know what they're going to do. So, all these traders drawing lines and all this shit. It's absolute bollocks. Unless you're in the know and you're in with these people who are moving the market, because they can move it with what's 10 billion? Nothing. And 10 billion is quite a lot, but you just get a group of whales together thinking, oh yeah, we can capitalize on this even more, just robbing all these stupid, small fry shitcoiners that fancy themselves as traders. They're just going to get absolutely wrecked. Literally, it's no different from gambling on red or black at the casino. You might get lucky once or twice, and then suddenly, these traders think they're the most, the best thing since sliced bread. But it's the martingale effect. You bet and you win a few times, but then an anomaly comes along far more regularly than you would ever expect, and wipes all your gains out. You can lose everything. That's what will happen when you're trading. So I always say to people, do not trade, you only buy in. Responsible traders should be helping people with their entry points and nothing more. Nothing more. Because if you're selling it, like I said, if you're selling it for no other reason other than you think that it's overpriced, you cannot sell it unless you're selling it to some. You can't sell it unless somebody else is willing to buy it, which means effectively you're mugging someone off. And then when you sell it, everyone else sells it, and it just means that those who genuinely need to sell it to cover their costs, which are the miners, are getting less value for money. So you're devaluing the market. So do not sell, only buy. That's what I would say. Literally, you look at an entry point, is it worth going in? Yeah, if you think the price is too high, then just don't go in. If you want to take the risk, just wait. And then if it does come down, go in. But we know what this thing can do. Imagine, and again, it's going to be like this. We've just got to remind ourselves of Coolcoin and what it did at the end of 2017. And this thing went from $10,000 beginning of December. Look, $10,000 December the 1st, and by December the 17th, it was $20,000. So imagine not being in when that happened. Seriously, this is what I'm saying. For me personally, knowing what's coming, seeing all this stuff, keeping an eye on the statistics, I'm just do not trade. Can you honestly risk being out when this happens? No. Well, if you can't risk it and you don't want to risk it, don't do it. If the price dips, go in. That way you cannot lose. You won't be out of the market, and devaluing it and going, oh, now I've got less Bitcoin than I had before because it's going to cost me twice as much to buy in and all that crap. Be responsible. And if you value this thing, you shouldn't be selling it all. You should be looking forward to spending it in the future. That's what I'm saying. So that's my 2 cents on that. But these are absolutely staggering amounts of BTC that are being moved. $250 million every time. That's 3 movements of $250 million in in an hour. Let's see if there's another one. Yeah, within the hour. Hold on one second. BTC, there we go. Look, 1 hour. That is $1 billion. $1 billion of BTC has been moved in 1 hour. And this has been consistent. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, shitcoin, it's far too complicated for shitcoiners to see this because they are so dumb. Like, they are so dumb. There is no way they would be looking at this. They don't bother looking at, sites like CoinDancer, the statistics, they don't understand them. They don't bother, linking up, particularly large movements of Bitcoin. I mean, I'm looking at all these things going, why? I'm asking questions. Why would they do this? Why would these sums be moving? And again, it's the old question, number go up. Well, how the hell has it done that? And that's how I got my fundamental understanding. I'm not number go up. Like, that's what first got me into Bitcoin when I realized what happened. I was like, hold on a minute, this has been the greatest investment in history, and it's digital. How the hell has it done that? I wasn't even bothered about, what I'd missed out on. I was just like, what? Like, what is this thing? What is it that's given this value? It cannot just simply be, a pump and dump Ponzi scheme. It just can't be. It was going for too long and there's technology behind it. There's nobody who would be dumb enough. Well, not back then anyway, to get into this thing if there wasn't some fundamental value behind it. So what was that? And now I realise that a lot of these shitcoiners are totally misguided. I mean, it was drug dealers getting in. But again, all these drug dealers and stuff, they have not recognised that the first 10 years of this has all been about decentralisation because they don't understand money. It's only literally now, since the keys to the Tulip Trust were returned to CSW on the 1st of January 2020, this year, that now value is being added. We are right at the beginning. And when you look at the amount of building that's gone on, I mean, there is just no way I would trade this. No way. I'm only buying. Buy. With everything I've got. Like, literally. And so, yeah, that I would say is financial strategy, maybe. They just simply minted at the press of a button to like $250 million. And we all know who created Bitfinex and who's invested in it. Simon Dixon invested in it, although he throws his hands up in the air and goes, I can't tell you whether it's backed one for dollar. There is no way in hell Tether is backed 1-for-1 by fiat currency, and not unless they're in bed with the Fed. There is just no way. It's insane. Which leads me on to this thing. I mean, I was pissing myself when I saw this. Check this out. So this was Brock Pierce, who just got served for securities fraud at his own presidential campaign rally by Typhon Capital Management. I said, I shouldn't laugh, but... Look at that. Here you go, Brock. Take that. So it is now time for my favourite time of the afternoon, which is dinging the dong. So let's do it, people. Hand cash and handles, paymails in the chat box. Let's do this. So that will do for today, folks. Thanks all for joining in. Muchas gracias. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy given. See you guys soon. Same time tomorrows. Catch you later. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity, free for 15 hours. Go to www.satoshi.tv. See the link in the description below.